Oops. Welcome to Chronic Combat Conversations, Guru's gut reaction for UFC Vegas 105. Josh Emmett taking on Lerone Murphy. And right off the bat, I'll just kind of say that Apex or no Apex, Apex always makes it worse, don't get me wrong. But the fights were not great. They were not super exciting. Not surprising given the level of AIDS that was directed at us, with two fights falling out within, about 72 hours of the card happening. So, yeah, nothing too spectacular from us here. Honestly, it's been a little bit of the same, kind of frustrating part of the process here. We've now lost, I guess, 6 of the last 7 weeks. Nothing too crazy, but 2 units down tonight, which could have been a lot bigger, a lot worse if it wasn't for Pat Sabatini. So we'll take a look at all that stuff tonight. But yeah, not our best night from a betting standpoint. Still got to be a little bit more selective, and certainly not the best night from a viewing entertainment standpoint. So let's take a peek here at these fights. We'll look at the main event to start it all off. Do they have all the stats up? They do. Josh Emmett, Lerone Murphy. I don't know. Maybe I was just kind of reading too much into the live line. I think I was. I mean, Josh Emmett just doesn't land any real strikes. He's just an inaccurate striker, and it's kind of been the tale of his career. He's not usually efficient enough to convert across distance when he really just needs the power. So an unfortunate loss for Josh Emmett at this stage in his career. Not necessarily surprising for somebody as talented as Lerone Murphy. Yeah, he's got a good guard, so he kind of is able to stay safe. He didn't necessarily need the wrestling today, but he certainly had some of it. He just kind of used the cage, which is kind of interesting because the cage is smaller. So I guess it really would be more footwork, right? So he used his footwork, looked pretty solid, and was able to get the job done versus the vet in Josh Emmett. So I wonder what is next for Lerone Murphy. Let me just pull that up real quick. I think that's a really interesting thought of what could be next for him. Did I pass it? Here at featherweight. We've got Josh Emmett there at 8. He only moves up 2 spots. I mean, an Arnold Allen fight could be interesting. I don't know. Give him Mosvar. I mean, Mosvar wants a fight so bad. Give him Mosvar. So I don't know. I think something like that's kind of interesting. But what's his face? Lerone Murphy's finally entering a category that he could end up possibly looking at some sort of champ status, or at least a title fight. He's certainly getting a lot closer. So we move right along. This was my favorite fight of the night, maybe my favorite fight of the year. Everybody and their grandma on Joe Anderson Brito to get the finish in round 1, to dust him, I mean, it was like a 10-8 round 1. I mean, he has 4 minutes and 30 seconds of control time in each round. I mean, my God, it was exactly what I thought it was going to be too. Yeah. So again, part of me just thinks like you should play. I should have just played him. This one play, loved it. I was confident on the pod, and he looked fantastic. So happy to bring that one home. Joe Anderson Brito, man, he just loves jumping guillotine. I mean, what is that? Where's his takedown defense? I think he just survives so much on being scary and athletic that he's not actually able to deal with something like that. And I think it was kind of obvious from the JSP fight. So Pat gets it done as the plus 200 dog. Really, really happy about that. Cortavius is not UFC level at all. I really don't know why he's on the roster. He probably should be cut. I don't know why I'm betting on him, even if I get plus 150 and the line moves to, plus 110. It doesn't really matter. The guy is just not a serious competitor. And I don't know, man. Not a serious competitor. I mean, look at the strikes, 14 to 116. I mean, he's just awful. So shout out to Chang Ho Lee. Interested to see more of him. I really don't want to see any fucking more of Cortavius. Are you not entertained? Bro, I am literally not even close to entertained with whatever the hell you've got going on. So no thanks. Really, really just a shame. Weird fight. Really weird fight. Another fight in this older guy in Gerald Mearshart just doesn't really get started. He didn't really get off the block to me. 8 strikes landed in round 1. A closer round 2 that everybody felt that he won. Like, that's kind of what I had expected. If it was going to be a more even-paced fight, that you could get the win. And then I guess when you look at round 3, if those stats are legit, is it not a robbery? Right? I mean, hear me out. Unless they only gave him round 3 and not round 2. Oh, okay, that might make more sense. That might make a lot more sense. That might make a lot more sense, guys. Hang on. Let's see these judges' scorecards. Where are we? We're almost there, guys. Cool. Yeah, they only gave him round 3. Never mind. Obviously. So, yeah, I thought that there was an argument for round 2. Obviously, nobody else felt that way. But I thought that there was an argument that Gerald could have won round 2. So, maybe worth rewatching. Probably not. Bad bet. Bad sizing. Moving right along. Weird fight. Luis Gurriel was looking decent, I thought, through that first round. Maybe the strikes were... I mean, yeah, I guess the strikes were probably dead even until that closing sequence. But he has 2 minutes of control. He seemed fine. And then he gets bonked. He thinks he's out of range, and he's just not. Shout out to the longer striker in O'Day Osborne. But, wow, man. I thought he was going to be on the unemployment line on Tuesday. But now he might get re-signed, man. So, shout out O'Day getting it done. Unfortunate at the last moment we decided to throw Gurule in a parlay. Very stupid, kind of a waste. But again, part of the process that needs to be continued to be fleshed out and figured out for us. Torres Finney landed 4 strikes. That was the best fight I've ever. That was so awesome. I mean, everybody's so mad. He had over 4 minutes of control time in each round. Completely dominated him. Honestly, he threw 4 strikes too many. He didn't need them. Complete domination. And Tony Weeks, hilarious. 30-27 for Valentine. I mean, I get it on some level because you're just like damage. But it's like damage and control. I mean, it's kind of right there. But I get it. You're not doing any damage. Very funny. Very, very funny. So Valentine gets it. I mean, Finney gets it done in the funniest fight of the night. I mean, other than the O'Day fight. I mean, this fight was also decently funny. Diana Belbita versus Diane Barbosa. Hopefully Belbita retires. She's been terrible. She's getting smashed on the feet. Barbosa's striking hard, and then she finally rocks her enough, pushes her against the cage a bit, gets that takedown, and that's all she needed. 50 seconds of control time. She gets the sub. Round 1, probably one of our better props of the night. Yeah, I mean, really, yeah, one of our better props of the night here. Half a unit at plus 210. Not too bad at all. So we take that and we move right along. Reese McKee and Daniel Frunza. I mean, the stats don't tell the tale of the story. I mean, he knocked him down. I'm surprised there's no knockdown stat available here. I mean, he knocks him down 3 times in round 1. It's very, very impressive stuff. Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Moise. First off, I love BKFC. But, yeah, I mean, this card was really bad. Really, really bad. But Reese McKee was not so bad. Gets his first win via doctor stoppage in round 1. He continues his streak of round 1 finishes. And Daniel Frunza is terrible. I mean, like, I saw on tape immediately. I was like, why? Like, what the fuck? I mean, he is really, really bad. Not UFC level, where I think Reese McKee probably is. So that's why I finished him. Loma Luke Rumi and Estela Nunez. I don't know. I don't want to hear any. I mean, this fight was terrible. I gave Estela Nunez round 1, which I think everybody expected her to win. But I don't know. I feel like Loma did enough to pull away in rounds 2 and 3. I could understand if you're upset about round 2 for Estela Nunez, but not really. She really didn't do much of anything. 7 strikes, no real damage. They both had about a minute of control time. So, yeah, I like Luma won round 2 and 3 to me pretty handedly. Yeah, man, Lee was awesome. I mean, I guess need to continue to do more work on him. I just knew he was wild, but yeah, I mean, it was enough to beat a guy in Cortavius who's just not good anywhere. I thought his jiu-jitsu would be better. I mean, it's all submission over position. If he had just was looking for a rear naked choke and just trying to stay on the back with a body triangle instead of looking for arm bars and bullshit, like, he would have won the fight, but he's too stupid. Very, very unfortunate. Speaking of unfortunate, Pedro Falcao, man, he gets 4 takedowns. He lands a decent amount of strikes, but it's still not enough because Victor Henry is really tough to hold down, and he's a really good scrambler, man. I feel like there's a fair amount of the division that probably would have succumbed to Pedro Falcao and those attempts that he put him under, but I don't know, man. It's been a tough run for Pedro. And while I gave him the benefit of the doubt the first time that maybe he wasn't gassy, I can't give him that now. He absolutely is gassy. At the very least, his cardio is problematic, right? Like, it has to be. So he's not an efficient enough striker. He gets knocked down round 1 in a round that would have been way closer, and maybe he could have stolen it since he does steal round 2. So round 1 was close enough, but he gets dropped because he thinks he's out of range. And very, very unfortunate. So lose the dog shot there. Bummer, bummer, bummer. Hey, guys, listen, if you're here, please like, subscribe, share it around. Appreciate you going live at 12 at night here on the East Coast. Sorry, 1 o'clock in the morning here on the East Coast, just to talk about these fights, Dana White style. I guess if I had to give my bonuses, I didn't do that since it was literally 4 straight decisions to start the night. Bonus goes to Reese McKee, Diana Barbosa, and Chang Lee. Oh, I guess O'Day too. Damn. So who doesn't get one? He's only going to give 3. I guess McKee doesn't get one. So Barbosa, O'Day, and Chang Lee. 3 decisions. That's 3 decisions. 3 bonuses. Those are them. McKee gets, even though he gets 3 knockdowns, it's a doctor stoppage. No bonus. Sorry, brother. I had to listen all week to saying Uran Saltyabov. I guess not all week, but the last 3 days of people saying Uran Saltyabov was going to beat Martin Budai because Budai does nothing and blah, 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 blah. He doesn't do anything. Doesn't matter. He doesn't need to. He's fucking 50 pounds bigger, 40, 50 pounds bigger. 5 minutes of control time, lands the more significant strikes, is able to stay out of range. I mean, he lands over 100 more total strikes than him in general, 20 more significant strikes. It's a complete washing. Complete. So Badai gets it done. Interested to see Uran at his natural weight class of light heavyweight, but Martin, I am not interested to see again. So, but I'm sure we will. Toledo Alencar gets it done versus Vanessa Demopoulos. I knew I liked Toledo. I came off of her pretty significantly, and I don't know why. I mean, I do know why. The line had kind of come away from it, and I was tired of hearing the echo chamber all week. It kind of gets stuck in your head sometimes, and I just kind of need to continue to do better. But Vanessa Demopoulos with her 20% takedown defense, this was a fight that was really tailor-made for Toledo, who's just so much beefier, so much bigger and thicker and beefier, and was decent enough in the striking and way better at the grappling. Like, it wasn't even close. Vanessa had no idea what to do. She totally got washed. So Toledo gets it done. She was plus 110. She looked, I don't know, minus 400. So really, really impressive in that regard, but obviously still against the lowest of the lowest level of competition here. Yeah, just an incredible. It was a night of fights. It was a night of fights at the fucking Apex. Sad for Josh Emmett. What do I see next for Josh? I mean, give him Arnold Allen, maybe. Give him a Giga Chikadze. That's the fight, actually. Josh Emmett versus Yusuf Zalal. Why not? Yusuf, you want to be top 10? Josh Emmett has to be a gatekeeper now. So I kind of like that. Who says no to that? Josh Emmett, Yusuf Zalal. I'd love to see Zalal get knocked. What do you guys think? I guess it's maybe too much of a weasel fight, though. Probably won't hit him. Yeah, interesting fight. All right. I guess we'll quickly go into. I really want to go to sleep, but we'll go quickly through the incredible 314 Volkanovski versus Lopez. I lean Diego Lopez. I love Alexander Volkanovski, but he is 5 inches shorter. Diego Lopez has an inch reach advantage on him, and most importantly, he's 6 years younger. A lot of less tread on the tires, a lot less damage taken, and the classic stat of fighters over 35 in the lower weight classes, they're like 0-20 something in getting the win in title fights. So I like Diego Lopez as a dog. Michael Chandler, Paddy Pimblett. Really interesting fight in that Paddy has just continued to be an overperformer. 2 inches of height, 2 inches of reach, and 10 years younger, 11 years younger. I mean, got to go Paddy here, probably by sub. Chandler's too stupid, but Paddy Pimblett, a geriatric beater, beats Bobby King Green, beats who did he beat before that? Tony Ferguson, and now he's got a chance to win here against Michael Chandler. John Silva and Bryce Mitchell. I like John Silva, but it's probably just a decision as opposed to like a finish, like everybody's predicting. But nothing I'm really interested from a moneyline perspective. Patricio Pitbull and Yair Rodriguez is interesting, just in that again, it's like it's the same. I feel like this narrative is over and over again this week. It's somebody with a 6-inch height advantage and a 6-inch reach advantage, and he's also 5 years younger. Like it's such a bad matchup in that regard. Thanks for being here, Rem Dog. Emmett Giga Onama winner. I like that. Yeah, I like that, Rem Dog. Emmett can have the Giga Onama winner. I like that. Good call. Thanks for being here, man. That's why I do it, man. So you guys watch people like you, man, because you're the GOAT. Appreciate you being here. Can Pitbull get it done? Can he wrestle? I don't know. He might just eat too much damage. Plenty of tape to be done. Krylov, Dominic Reyes. Reyes as a dog is interesting because I don't know that Krylov has like the power to get it done like that. He knocks out Gustafson round one. That was so long ago. That was very funny. Yeah, I don't know. He's not gonna sub Dom, so I don't know. I kind of lean Dom as a dog, but like I feel very stupid doing that. Danny Ige Woodson could have had Woodson as a dog money, I guess, a couple weeks ago. He's a sizable favorite now. I think he probably gets it done. I mean, look at these stats, and again, more measurables. Year younger, 7 inches of reach, 5 inches of height. It's just gonna be a problem for Dan. It's gonna be a problem for Dan to close that distance. And honestly, if Sean wants to take him down, I think he could do that too. Jan John Allen and Virna Jandiroba. I like Virna. I think Virna can get the takedowns. She's got the reach advantage, even though she's 2 inches shorter. So I'm not too worried about it. I like Chase Hooper over Jim Miller. I don't know why they're making this fight. Chase Hooper's like even a more old man killer than Paddy Pimblett, beating Clay Guida in his last fight. Very funny. Darren Elkins, Julian Erosa. I don't really like this. Is just a weird matchup as well. But how is Darren Elkins still fighting, but also on a 2-fight winning streak and won 3 of his last 4? Literally hilarious. And Julian Erosa, I love him as a dog, like versus Christian Rodriguez and Ricardo Ramos. But as he's a sizable favorite here, it's just not the place you bet him. So, I mean, it'd be really funny to watch him jump for subs and and Elkins just out wrestle him. Yeah, Woodson always wins by decision, so that definitely makes a lot of sense for him, dog. And Ige is really difficult to finish. I like Dumas as a dog. I am a Mikhail Olajaychuk hater. He's lost 3 in a row. He literally only wins by, you guessed it, round 1. I don't think he's round 1 knocking out Cedricus. Cedricus, for all it's worth, he is tough. Yes, he gets knocked out round 1 by Ruzaboya, but that was bullshit to my mind. It was like a double eye poke. Sumandarji Mitraposo. I feel like Mitch is again going to be too small, which he's a 10-inch reach disadvantage and 3 inches shorter. But I mean, he's 2 inches younger, and if he could somehow get some takedowns on a guy that has pretty crappy takedown defense, it'd be really interesting. But Mitch definitely smells, and he probably just needs a contract. And I mean, how many fights has he had? 2. I mean, they might be done with him. It's actually he's only had 1, the real one versus Andre Lima. We'll see. Oleg Camp with Fighting Nerds. Interesting. He decided to stop training with his friends and went to a real gym. That is interesting, but I don't know if you can be a Polish Brazilian. Marco Tulio versus Tresean Gore. I'm going with Mr. Norma Dumont here. Tresean Gore is going to pay for his sins, getting 2 power guillotines when he didn't deserve either of them. And 2 inches. Did I say 2 inches younger? I don't think so. Did I? I'm half asleep. That's crazy. 2 inches. 2 inches shorter, I guess. That's fucking wild. Wow, I need to go to sleep. I can't wait to go back and re-listen to that. I like Mrs. Dumont here. Mrs. Dumont. Wow. Need sleep. I like Mr. Dumont here, Marco Tulio, to get it done over Tresean Gore. Not a big fan. And this fight is really the worst. I have no interest in Cornell and Cowan. But, yeah, I have no interest. I have literally none. You guys have any thought? I appreciate you calling me out, boys. Boys. Really appreciate you guys being here. Honestly, even though it's 1 title fight, next week's card could literally shape up to be card of the year. Some really, really exciting fights. And I don't know. I'm really excited for the Kroylov Reyes fight, if like one that sticks out. other than maybe like the Yair Patricio Pitbull, which is kind of obvious, and of course the main and co-main, which are ridiculous. So thank you guys so much for being here. Please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video. Please share it around. Go follow me and my co-host TB Scouting MMA over on Twitter, Verdict, Instagram, Picket, and Tapology, and of course Bet MMA. And we will see you on Tuesday for TB's Tale of the Tape, and of course on Thursday when we break down UFC 314 with Mr. Andrew Gombis. Take care and be safe out there.